Good morning, everybody. My name is Maharani. Today, I want to present a skripsi by Ayu Fitriana from Department of English Education, Faculty of Tarbiyah and Teachers Training, Syarif Hidayatullah State Islamic University, Jakarta. The title of the skripsi is The Effectiveness of Role Play on Student Speaking Skill. This study is generally to find the effectiveness of role play on student speaking skill for the first grade students at SMP Muhammadiyah 37 Parung. The study had been done in 6 meetings. The first meeting for pre-test, 4 meetings for treatment, and the last meeting for post-test. For the quantitative method, the writer analyzed the data using t-test. The results showed that there was significant difference on the students' speaking achievement. The students' mean from the pretest was 51.64. Then in post-test, the mean was 63.64. In other words, the role play technique is effective for teaching speaking skill in the junior high school. This study divided into 5 chapters. The first chapter is introduction, the second is theoretical framework, the third is research methodology, the fourth is research finding, and the last chapter is conclusion and suggestion. Okay, so let's start with chapter 1, introduction. So, in this chapter, writer said that as an international language, English is also considered as an important language to be learned. Many people want to good at English. Based on writer's observation, at the first grade of junior high school of Muhammadiyah 37 Parung, the writer found that the students are bad in English speaking skill. Students can use English in short conversation. Commonly, when they speak English, they take so much time to think and doesn't know what they say. Some students feel embarrassed or having less confidence of their own skill and worry about getting wrong, then they are left by others. The condition of teaching learning speaking were not active because the students looks bored. And then the writer considers that it's necessary to find out an alternative technique to create suitable and interesting teaching. So let's move to chapter 2, theoretical framework. This chapter talk about speaking skill. Speaking is a labeled oral production that used by someone for communication in daily life. Speaking teacher must pay attention of some important aspects, include producing sentence, intonation, and pronunciation. Teachers have to pay attention to in classroom environment when the classroom is enjoyable that will stimulate students to do the task happily. The type of speaking activities is acting from script, communication games, discussion, prepared talk, questionnaires, stimulation, and role play. Then, in chapter 3, research methodology. This chapter talked about place and time. So, the writer did the research at Junior High School Muhammadiyah 37 Parung in Bogor. And the field research was done from the beginning of March until May 2014. The method of the study is one group pretest and post-test design. The population and sampling. The population of this research is the first grade students of Junior High School Muhammadiyah 37 Parung, which is divided into 5 classes. In this grade, there are 125 students, and the writer chose class 7-5 with 22 students as the sample. And then when the collecting the data, writers give the pretest to the students in oral form. The test consists 10 questions and use interview technique. When the post-test, which is the last step, the writer give post-test after the treatment. And then chapter 4, talking about research findings. This chapter contains the data, like pre-test scores and post-test scores, and then the writers compare both of them to get the result. So this is the last part, chapter 5, conclusion and suggestion. Based on the research, the writer conclude that 1. Using the role play in teaching speaking is effective. This statement is proven by the student score. 2. Using role play in teaching speaking make the learning activity more enjoyable and interesting. Third, the students more active and the class environment is happily. And then the suggestion from the writer is the success in teaching speaking doesn't depend on the lesson program only, but more important is how the teacher presents the lesson and uses various techniques to make the class more enjoyable and lively. Okay, this is the end of my presentation. Thank you for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye.